The next app is a pick pack ship related to the core warehouse processes. One of those which we saw earlier in the demonstration was the ship sales order that I showed you was doing the shipment of the ship confirmation of the order, and that also allows us to do partial shipment confirmation. We can do shipment confirmation by order number. We can even do by item number. So let's move on to another variation of pick pack slip, where we have picks in a typical warehouse. We can scan and select the pick numbers and create a wave out of it, and that wave can then be reviewed. The items in that wave can be reviewed, and one by one the warehouse personnel can then start picking those items in that wave, and once they are done, they can confirm. Once they are there at that specific location, they can confirm that line item by scanning the item and entering or scanning the quantity, and basically churn through that process of n number of picks within that wave and finish that. Once all are done, we could either do an auto confirmation of that wave or manually confirm it. Basically, that's when in all the inventory that is being picked from the specific warehouse location gets moved into the staging area, and finally it would do a pick confirmation within your it's like an inventory transfer within your enterprise one if you're using non-advanced warehouse. So what I can do is I can also do a quick demonstration of how this would look like. I'm back to my mobile screen, and if I'm on the pick pack and ship dashboard, I'll tab onto the scan pick slip, and let's say I can either scan the pick slips or I can manually select the picks that I want to consolidate into a wave. So let's say if I select the first three and say okay and create a wave, it's going to pull in all the orders that are on that pick, on those picks, and we see that it has now created a wave with 4 items to be picked from location 1A1, 1B1, another item from 1B1, and then 1A1 is another item. So one can just tab onto a record. Let's say I'm going to tab through one by one through each of these, and what it's going to do is actually let me just swipe and pick those one by one. I can enter the actual quantity that I'm picking, and it's going to be 5. It's what is suggested. I'll say submit and move on to the next one. It says pick one, and let's say if I have picked one, I'll say submit. In this case, the third one, and let's say I just picked 2 instead of 3 and hit submit. And the last one, I can, instead of 4, I'll just say 3 and hit submit. So if you see, all of these picks have been physically picked from those locations, and it can be full or partial depending on how much is actually available in those locations for that item. And one by one the count reduces, and this app can now be used to actually do a confirmation here, and that would trigger a inventory transfer within JDE if you are using a non-advanced warehouse management system. So this is the pick pack ship.